Welcome to Software Tutoring International's Microsoft Word 2002 Training CD. Microsoft Word is a powerful word processing application that allows you to enter and store word processing and provides many tools for manipulation and presentation of your documents. To launch Word, click once on the Start menu, go to the Programs, and click once on the Microsoft Word icon. Let's start with some basic interface features of Microsoft Word. This area that you're looking at is the Program window. This window is containing your workspace, and down here is the area that contains the actual information of the document that you are editing. Along the top of the window is the title bar. This displays the title of the window. Word automatically titles the first new document in a session, Document 1. Windows can be manipulated by the three buttons on the right-hand side of the title bar. Look up here at the corner of the Program window. The left button is the Minimize button. When clicked, the window will disappear or minimize. The program is still active, however. To activate the program, click on its tab in the taskbar below. The middle button has two functions. When your window is smaller than the full screen, it performs the Maximize command, expanding the window to the full size of the screen. When the window is maximized, it performs the Restore command, shrinking the window back down to its original size. The right button is the Close button, which I will not click because closing the program window would exit the program. This button with an X on it here is also a Close button, which will just close the document that I'm in right now. I can create a new document by clicking this button in the toolbar. All of these functions are also available by clicking on the icon at the left-hand side of the title bar. You can resize windows by clicking and dragging at the corners or edges. Directly beneath the title bar is the menu bar. These menus contain many commands that you can use within Word. And below the menu bar is the toolbar area. These toolbars have buttons which are shortcuts to many basic commands that you will be using. Beneath that is the ruler, which shows you where you are in relation to the actual printed page. There are scroll bars at the sides, a status bar at the bottom of the screen, and over here what used to be there on the right was the task pane, which I'll bring up by using this. The task pane should be default, should appear on your screen. If you don't want to use the task pane, however, you can decheck this box here, Show at Startup, and then the task pane will not pop up and bother you if it uses up too much of your workspace. The task pane is new to Word 2002, and I'll explain more about it later. But for now, I'm just going to close it so it doesn't get in my way. We'll learn more about all these areas. The first method of issuing commands to Word is by using menus located in the menu bar. A menu can be accessed by either clicking its name or holding the Alt key and pressing the letter underlined in its name, for example F for the File menu. Once you have selected a menu, a list of menu items will appear below. You may select a menu item by clicking it or simply pressing the underlined letter in its name, for example N for New. Another way to enter commands is by using keystroke combinations. When a menu item has a corresponding key combination, it will be listed on the right side of the menu. For example, Control S for Save. If you hold down the Control key and press S, the Save command will be executed just as if you had selected it from the menu. Commands can also be entered on toolbars. When a menu item has a corresponding toolbar button, a picture of the button will be on its left. For example, this picture of a disk for Save is also located in the standard toolbar here. We'll talk more about toolbars in the next section. Toolbars are a useful way to input commands to Microsoft Excel. You'll notice two toolbars in the area directly beneath the menu bar: the Standard toolbar and the Formatting toolbar. Commands may be executed by clicking once on the buttons in the toolbar. If you rest the cursor over one of the buttons, a tooltip will appear. The tooltips show the command associated with a given button. For example, when I rest the pointer over the opening folder, Open appears. Several of the buttons on both of these toolbars are hidden because there's not enough room to display them all on one row. Clicking on the downward triangle at the rightmost of the toolbar will display the toolbar options. Selecting Show Buttons on two rows will allow for 2 rows of toolbars and room for more of the buttons on each. Dragging the gray line at the leftmost of the toolbars or the menu bar will allow you to rearrange the bars around the screen or display them in their own window. In this section, I'm going to show you how to use scroll bars and change your document view. First of all, in order to navigate through your document, you will need to use the scroll bars. They are located along the bottom and the right sides of the window. The rectangles in the scroll bars represent the location of the contents of your window in relation to the rest of your document. Clicking on the single triangles will cause the window to scroll in the associated direction. Dragging the rectangle will also cause the window to scroll. If your mouse is equipped with a wheel, turning the wheel will also cause the window to scroll. Clicking on the double triangles will shift the contents of the window up or down one page at a time. Clicking in the area above or below the rectangle will have a similar effect, as will pressing the page up or page down key on your keyboard. You can scroll to the extremes of the worksheet by holding the End key and pressing down. You can return to the beginning by holding the Control key and pressing Home. To change the different views of your document, click on these buttons down in the bottom left corner. You can change from the normal view to a print layout view or to an outline view. These commands are also located in the View menu up here. Those of you who have experience with previous versions of Word will notice several differences, one of which is the task pane, this area on the right side of the program window. The contents of the task pane will change as you use the program in order to present you with more detailed information and options concerning operations you can execute. For example, a mail merge. The task pane can be resized by dragging its edge in and out, and it can be moved by dragging its title bar. You can also dock it on the left side of the screen if you prefer. Now I'd like to show you how to manage your documents. Word automatically creates a new document upon startup, but you can create additional new workbooks by using the New command. The New command is located in the Standard toolbar, in the File menu, and has the corresponding key combination of Control-N. Now that I have created a new document, if I want to save what I have entered, I must use the Save command, also in the Standard toolbar and the File menu, with a key combo of Control-S. When the Save command is selected for the first time on a given document, the Save As dialog appears. Since this is a new document, I need to tell Word where to save it. There are several ways to navigate through your hard drive. You can open folders by double-clicking on them, selecting them, and either pressing the Open button or pressing the O key, or right-clicking them and selecting Open from the shortcut menu. To back up out of folders, you can click on the Up button to go up one layer in your hierarchy. You can also click this pull-down menu to pick anywhere in your hierarchy. You can click the Back button to go to the folder you were previously in. You can click one of the icons in the My Places bar on the left, and it will take you to that folder. You can add your own icons to My Places by selecting the folder you wish to add and then executing the Add to My Places command in the Tools menu. If you want to make the icons smaller so that you can see all of them, right-click on My Places and choose Small Icons. Now that I have decided to save my workbook in My Documents, I can enter a name for it here in the File Name box. Below is the Save As Type menu. You will almost always leave this menu untouched and save it as a Microsoft Word document. Word documents are the same format for Word 97 through Word 2002. If you were going to need to access the document in an older version of Word, this is where you would designate that. I'm going to save this workbook by clicking the Save button. Now that I have saved a copy to disk, I won't have to use the Save As dialog box to save it next time. Excel will simply append the changes to the file already on disk. We'll come back to the Save As dialog in a minute. To open a file that you or someone else has created, use the Open command. I'll select the Open command from the File menu. The Open dialog box appears. This dialog is very similar to the Save As dialog. You navigate it in the same fashion, and you open files just like I open folders in the Save As dialog. The Files of Type menu controls what kinds of files are displayed for you to choose from. Unless you need to open a non-Word file, you can simply leave it on Word documents. I'm going to open this file by double-clicking it. I'm going to show you that in the File menu, you can see the names of some recently used documents below. You can easily return to these documents by selecting them in the menu, or if the task pane is available, you can click on their names in the task pane. The task pane also contains commands to open and create new workbooks or documents. The next command is Close, located in the File menu with a key combination that is non-existent. You already learned about the Close button earlier, up in the top right corner. Executing the Close command will close the active document. If it is a new workbook or you have made new changes since you last saved it, Word will prompt you to save the document. You can choose Yes, No, or Cancel if you wish to continue working. Lastly is the Save As command. Use this command to create additional copies of your workbooks. If I make changes to a workbook that I have already saved, I can leave the original copy and save a copy of my changes by using the Save As command. When you select Save As, it will bring up the familiar Save As dialog box. I will enter a different name in the File Name box. Now Word closes the original document and the title changes in the title bar to my new name. And these are the basic commands